Hello everybody, and good morning. Today we're going to be playing another round of Cultist Simulator. Last time, we got ourselves a nice leg up on things. We got our first abilities set up here, our first skills. We got ourselves an adversary of sorts. We got our cult built up, and we got our very first cultist member. We got our first books for our library and a few extra locations. So we've got a decent start going on here, I'd say. Now, my next plan, if we can be called that, is to continue building ourselves up, getting our funds raised, and getting more members for our cult. We'll work on the books when we can, but I think right now, working on our skills and funds is probably the best thing to start with in order to continue best. And then we'll work on from there. So, fastest one we can really work with, I think, would be with health. Let's go ahead and get digging there. And we'll go ahead and start using our lore to start attracting followers. The best part about attracting followers is that it only gets mystique and never notoriety. So, it's good to just get it going, and find these people that are interested in us. We'll throw you over here with a timer to remind us you're around. We'll go ahead and we'll probably do like 2 or 3 rounds of this, and then we'll focus on working out more and working with our strength. And as we get more money, we can also use that to buy a few more books from Morelands. Speed that up. Get ourselves like about, I'd say 10 coins is a good space to stop and switch over to our physical health. There we go. A little loud. Erudition, vitality, good stuff to have. Don't worry about any dread there. Our reason, good. Like they collected some more passion, so we found somebody. Go ahead and start working that up some more. We found Sylvia! Sylvia lost her eye in the woods when she was 9 years old. Every year, at Candlemas, she returns to the place she buried it. Hey, she's a little bit freaky. We'll go ahead and put our believers up here. This is kind of be our cult shelf. And we'll put our to-be-hired ones over here. Actually, let's go ahead and throw this over here. That way they're kind of aligned with whatever they're associated with. Yes, it's a very draining job of our reason, but it is very, very good for getting funds. I think on our next route, we'll go ahead and switch these into a lesson learned. Okay, let's go ahead and switch those up. Actually, let's use the younger ones. Or older ones, I should say. Get rid of you. You're useless now. There's our cravings trying to pull us again. That'll always be pulling at us in some way. Yep, there's the restlessness. So that'll turn into a dread later on. Only have a fascination day coming up, so we're not too worried about that. Oh. Go ahead and start getting some more of these, because once we have them located like this, they won't go away. That's our first lesson. Good, good, good. Next we have a notoriety day, so we don't have to worry about that. Now, eventually, when we start reading some of these books, we might get some rights, and there's only one real right that I'm kind of interested in, because I don't really use them very much, because I haven't really found much use for them myself. But one of them can allow you to use influences, and it will burn it. So that's one way of getting rid of dread and fascination. If you need to in a pinch, anyways. Alright, you're about to die off, so we'll go ahead and put you away, and I think that will be enough to give us the next level in strength. That's right, take up all the mystique you like. Oh, we're gonna have another desire time. We might want to also go ahead and go in here. Whoops. That way we can start collecting more of those secret history pages, because we need those to find more locations. Ah, we have Laidlaw. Laidlaw is a... Thank you. Laidlaw is a tinkerer and mechanic with an uncanny knack. He's probably going to be a forger. Alright, we got those built up. Let's go ahead and throw you in here. And there we go. That'll give us another bit of health. Wonderful. If there's one thing I often lose track of is whenever we get a sick day. It's very easy to list. If you miss it, it's very hard to realize that you have unless you keep your eyes on your health. Okay, I think we're good enough to go to start pushing for things. So, well, actually, wait, we want to wait for that to finish up because we can actually put the skill in, and it makes it a bit of a safer work based on our strength. Ooh, that's a lot of restlessness. That's not good. Ah, there we go. Cult scrap. There we go. Gonna need a lot of those in this game. And now then, dread. We've got a lot of potential dread on our side here. This will go away, so we don't have to worry about that one. But this restlessness, it's going to turn into some dread, and it's going to take a while for that to properly go away. So we're going to have a nice, peaceful season next season, thankfully. Season of Silence is the best season type. Notoriety one, we don't have to worry about that one either. Yay, another health. Wonderful. And then starting on the next cycle on that, we will start using our body to get more vitality going. Oh, whoop, 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 whoop. Had to remind myself there for a half a moment. Yeah, this is the part where I'm going to be moving a lot faster, and we'll be slowing down as we get more lore and more books, and advancing more in the Mansis, and things like that. Technically, we could be able to work out, do our labor job and work out if we get the timing right on things, but it's a bit of an extra bit of work. Ah, contentment season. That's a good one. Or is it the season of lovers? I can't. Season of our doers. Interesting. We are all of us both ape and angel. Nice. Now, it doesn't give you much money, but it gives enough to stymie a tide of problems. But it gives you vitality, making it one of the easiest ones to get vitality. Health is probably the easiest one to build up, unlike the rest of them. We'll kind of need these books to finish them off. And it's not necessarily the number of cards that are what we need. Okay, your rumor, that'll help us get a person, but it does it at the cost of notoriety for some reason. Oh, we got a subtle flaw. I wonder what that'll turn into. I know Moth will turn into a dread, but I'm not sure what the flaw will turn into. I'm sure we'll find out. Okay. There's our contentment. If we take our dread and put that with the contentment, boom, that'll burn it away. Or fade it away, I suppose it's more like. Alright, let's go ahead and keep on working. Oh, there we go. Go ahead, keep on working out there. And that should be enough to go ahead and make a lesson out of that. And we'll see what a subtle flaw turns into. Laces uncoil, windows swing open, Locks move as if oiled. A second-order influence, apparent to the perceptive, instantly recognizable to an adept. This can be used in some rites to summon minions. Yeah, rites, we'll find out about those later, but they're mostly for summoning things, and, well, honestly, if you've got the minions right here, you've got plenty of followers in this game. I've gotten this game done without having any of these summonings done, so it's more of a feature that's nice to have and handy to have whenever you need them, but, you don't technically, you can beat the game quite fine without them. Oh, we got a sick day. Not bad. Oh, we got 2 sick days in them. Well, that's gonna be costly. But it'll be fine. Yeah, let's keep it up. Gonna be a very costly couple of seasons here. Okay, we got a lesson there. We'll go ahead and lesson up again. Let me check. Oh, wait, I can't check. I was gonna see if it needs 3 or 4 of the workouts. I'm ready to improve. We want to leave that open because we are going to be having a lot of sickness. And we're going to have to pay for it unless we want to spend vitality, which we're kind of using that right now. Oops. There we go. Now, one interesting fact about these orders of influences and such, when the timer runs out, if there's a level beneath it, it'll degrade into that level below. And I just realized, I believe that flaw just kind of went away, so I don't think it had a thing unless I pay attention, right? Oh, and you need 3, so we have what we need. Great. So we're gonna get ourselves another health very quickly. And then I'm gonna go back to work, I think. The maximum level for each of these is 4, and we're already at 2, and that'll make it to 3, and then we'll have 1 more. But yeah, as I was saying before, it's not necessarily the number of these cards that's important. It is important, because, well, let's just say there's some things that'll burn our abilities up. It's improving these cards that'll be the handy-dandy help. Because the better they are, the more effective they are. Well, let's just say there's some perks for having those leveled up nicely. Alright, there we go. Let's go ahead and go back to work. Time to get some proper money and get a few more books, I'd say. Gonna have a fascination time. Good. Let's go ahead and level that up. Double click, bum bum, good. And you know what? I'm feeling cocky. Let's go ahead and buy a book. We're getting back into the habit of that. And I'm gonna start working on passion next, I think. Yes. One of the trickier parts of studying passion and reason is that when you study with them, they'll drain out, they'll fatigue. The Locksmith's Dream, Portions and Proportions, the second volume of Teresa Galmier's examination of parallels in the mystic dreams of artisans. The frontispiece has been slashed with a razor. Frontispiece? That's a term I've not yet heard. Alright, back into the library you go. Now, I want to hold on to these because once they go away, I can't, like, reread them for lore context or anything. So. Okay, that'll be a dread time. We're perfectly fine there. And our health. Perfect. Now then, let's go ahead and start using our passion to upgrade our painting skill, as it were. You definitely want to level this up because, well, painting has a very unique ability to get you out of trouble with these hunters. We'll see at some point, I'm sure, once we start digging into these crypts and such. I think now might be a good time to go digging into the Mantis again. Oh, forgot. Want to get that plate spinning as well. Next up, we got another desire time, so we should be looking to getting some more restlessness happening. Actually, it's just gonna be 2. Yeah, just 2 lessons is all I need. Yes! Ooh, nice! We got the next level of book! A furtive truth. A detail smuggled in from an adjacent narrative. Don't speak this where you may be overheard. And exploring with a scrap of knowledge may uncover secret locations in the Shires or the countryland of London. These ones will get you ones that are in the capital of London, and these ones will get you to a bit of a outside of London, or in the countrysides. Oh, someone's gonna pull. Oh, that's right. It'll pull our passion for that. Alright, that's fine. It'll have one up by then. Alright. Do we want to keep on us going on here? Yeah, once this pulls out, we'll go ahead and put that in there, and then after we do that, it should give us a time that I want to have going. Okay. Steady that. Good. I won't be able to go in the Mantis until we're kind of done with our passion training. Got another acquaintance. Oops. I kind of have to reset things every now and then, because if you drop it wherever you are done being used, it'll go right back to normally. Oh, we got ourselves some dread and some contentment, so let's go ahead and use those in combo. Get rid of that. Especially since we've got a dread day coming up. What a dreadful season. Attention, attention. Alright, we'll go ahead and train out the glimmerings. Oh, that one needed a reason that time. Interesting. Okay, we'll go ahead and put that in here. We'll probably need a bit before our next reason comes back up. And that turned into a fleeting reminiscence. Another thing that we can be able to use for rituals. But yeah, rituals, not exactly the most important thing in the game, but they can become in handy if you know how to use them. I have no idea how to really use them. We got ourselves a glimmering lesson. Good, good, good. Next will be another desire grabber. What's it really called, though? A season of ambition. This is what it's really called. Ah! This lady is unique. She is not a follower. She is a tutor. We can speak to a tutor to learn something from them, but I would say we won't need her just yet for that. But she can also be a patron. Patrons we can speak to. This is for the Horrors Karasham Review. Well, they basically give us a job, and then they will pay us. It's an alternative to some work. Commission of Moth. Okay. So, these commissions, the way they work, we work with that verb, and we will use it with some lore to basically complete like a manuscript or some research papers and give them back to her, and then we get some payment. Right now, we don't have anything in the aspect of Moth, so we don't have enough to work with that. But we'll put that over there, and once we get something that's in that lore section, we'll work with that. I think we got enough to go ahead and start buying again. Alrighty. Another glimmering. That gives 2 more, and that will give us what we need for another lesson. Good. Oh, I should probably also give the descriptions there. Let's see. Skill, a steely physique. There are many things now that I could crush in my fists. Yes, that is the penultimate skill of strength. Our level 1 skill for painting, a vivid imagination. My daydreams sometimes outspace my dreams. Use this with work to paint, or with study, and with 2 lessons learned to gain more passion. And then our skill, I am flush with clever quotations. Use this with 2 lessons to just gain more reason. So yeah, don't work with that one, unfortunately, but it has its uses. Oh boy, does it have its uses. Let's see, an introduction to histories. The 17th century mystic and antiquarian Claude Hersault describes divergent incidents in 5 major histories. Cool. New book. Let's see, since we're about to expand in our ability to have passion, we'll go ahead and start mancing more. And I think we'll go talking now as well. See if we can't find some more followers or patrons. Oh, and let's actually go for a walk. There is another place we can be able to find, after all. And now we combine these all together and upgrade our skill. Nope, just found a hireling. Hirelings are good because eventually you will run out of followers. And, well, let's just say there are some things that a good hireling can be good for. You'll find out soon. Well, actually, maybe not so much on this one, but they'll have their use. They'll have their uses. Alright, so we got a Grail influence. An awareness of appetite. Every sense is heightened and every sense deepened. I wonder what that'll degrade into. My bet is that'll turn into a dread. Or restlessness or something. Oh, it took a passion from me. Oh well, we're about to get another one. There you are. 3 passions. And we'll start studying with it again. That way we can get to level 3. I think level 3 is when... Once you get to level 3, that's when things start to get a little tougher afterwards. That 4th level, that is the last level, and it will be the toughest one to get. You kind of need a little extra help to get it. Uh-oh. We're gonna have a bit of a problem coming up next season. We'll have to watch out for it. Ah, we have another acquaintance. Yazabet. Yazabet has always been more comfortable by moonlight. She has excellent night vision. She is often overlooked in daylight. Is it? Go into the list of acquaintances. Alright, who's next? Now, I do actually want to keep an eye on this because something will change at some point. Alright. Keep on working on that. Oh, we actually got a vitality out of that. Oh, it's because I forgot to put something in there. That's fine. We're going to leave that alone. And we're going to purchase a tincture of opium. Because that will help us generate contentment. In times of a special crisis, I might visit a discreet pharmacist to purchase a tincture of opium and make my dreams sweet. But only in times of a special crisis. This is an expensive and risky way to gain contentment. It might provoke sickness or despair. Honestly, considering we are now on the path of money, I'm not too worried about getting sick. We'll just spend more money on it. But as long as we get contentment, it beats out dread. Dread? Oh, dread is my biggest weakness. It is the fastest thing you can drum up at times, especially at this level of dedication. And we've got some restlessness. Lovely. That is not what we want to see. Alright, that'll counter that out. When that timer goes out, it'll grab that. And then that will go away. Wonderful. Just wonderful. Back to the attention. A little bit more glimmering. And I think at this time, we'll go ahead and use our occult scraps. Might as well. We're not doing anything with it right now, so might as well. Got some more glimmerings. So go ahead and keep going. I like... Usually the timer likes to go 3 trainings, then make a lesson, then make some more trainings, then make them learn the lesson. And even when the lesson runs out, it'll just go back to being a glimmering. So you don't really lose that much. As long as you are focusing on the training aspect, you will get there. Ah, Mr. Alden. That's right. Keep searching, Mold Man. Keep searching, you wary detective. Sherlock Holmes, he is not. Oh, another cult scrap. Very nice, very nice. Oh, another patron. Count Jennings. Count Gottlieb Jennings represent a continental confraternity of physicians and duelists. He could use your assistance. Let's go ahead and talk to him and see what he wants. He can also tutor us in Latin, if we know how to pay him. Let's see. Oh! Strathcoin's residence. I've heard the name Strathcoin before. In a different time. The house of Mr. Strathcoin, a collector of rare objects. Strathcoin will not sell his treasures, but a sufficiently cunning accomplice might gain entry. We might be trying to burgle our way into a place at some point. Alright, we got ourselves some glimmerings. Let's go ahead and train those out. Ooh, my. Okay. Go ahead and toss him up here. He would like commission heart substantial. So, the Count will pay for information of interest. This time, he'd like substantial research on the corporal mysteries of the heart. So, as you might have figured, there are many different versions of lore. Where they all come from comes from a source called an hour. What is an hour? Not sure. At this point, I don't know anyways. But it is the source of these lores, these magics, as it were. And we'll learn out more about them later. But right now, just know the hour is the source. And what's the source of the hours? Well, that's what we'll find out later as well. Maybe. So I guess we'll throw this over beside this buddy over here. As you can see, it wants a little bit of lore for this guy. It wants quite a bit more lore for this one. So we'll get there, though. We'll get there. We have many paths to power. More restlessness. Oh my, we're gonna have a lot of restlessness coming up. That's not good. Let's see if we can get somebody new here. How much money we got? We can go ahead and buy another book, I think. Miss Moreland, what else she got for me? Ah, another occult scrap. Very nice. If you can get a sure thing, you might as well. Thankfully, from my experience, it's very rare to get commissions based on the mysteries, but I believe it does happen every now and then. But honestly, it's the easiest lore to get because it's pretty much infinite. Lesson learned. Yay. More passion. Let's see what else we got. The War of the Roads, 1450 to 1580. The censored edition. Ooh. Willis Ford describes the War of the Roads, an event in a history other than our own, in detail. But numerous pages have been removed. The name of the publisher is blacked out, and an ominous slip stapled to the cover explains that Willis Ford has been excised. Yes, there is a lot of information police here. And I don't know how well you can see it on screen, but even in there, there's a nice little X on the page of the book. There is a police force out there that is looking for us. This guy, he is not one of them. He is just a detective. He just thinks we're a madman. He is not a part of the Bureau. What's the Bureau? Oh, we'll deal with them later. I'm sure. But the longer we keep this guy around, the better. Because he's not that big a deal. He's a... As far as hunters go, he's a... Oh, boy. Okay, we got a lot of dread. We got one contentment season coming up, so that's going to be nice. So that'll go away. We can use that to get rid of this dread. Or maybe this dread will be faster. A lot of things are about to happening. The thing about this game, there's a lot of lulls of peace and then spikes of excitement that really happen. At least on my side. Almost forgot to be working on that. Let's get back to work. Want to leave open my dream state, I think, right now. There we go. Let's wait 12 seconds. Okay, we got a piece of silence. We're gonna wait 10 seconds for that to turn, and we'll use the contentment to get rid of that. And that'll go away, and we'll be just fine. Just fine indeed. Who do we have next? Rose! Rose is a sly miss, and she recognizes you as someone uncommon. There's a lot of unique folks here. Let's go ahead and find another location. These locations will run out. There is a limited amount of decks of them. As we start getting more things, we'll figure out where we're going to put them all. Okay, we have another lesson, and I think we need 3, right? Yep, we need 3, so we need 1 more lesson. What's our lesson? Season of Fascination, don't care. I don't think we're going to have time, and we might have to end up having to do another training up. Back to over there. There we go. And we'll use this moment to... Back to the woods. Back to the woods for us. Now, I'm sure you've noticed, in the Mansis, there's a lot of... Ooh, St. Agnes's Hospital. They did good work here, once. Certainly, there were a few too many amputations, but then there are individuals one would prefer not to walk the city streets. What an interesting place. It sounds like a lot of darkness has happened there, but it's an abandoned hospital. Maybe we can make some use of it. I think we have enough funds to buy another book. Alright, got another glimmering. Bring that back there. And train again. Yeah, I think we're going to end up having to do another lesson after this. Oh, we have another collection of essays. Not exactly the best thing, but it helps. It helps. Alright. Don't touch that. Okay, that may come in handy, but... Oh, we got a sickness coming up. We'll ignore the dreaming this time. Do I want to use a peculiar rumor now? Well, I might as well show you what happens. So yes, this will indeed lead us to a possible follower. I suspect that at the end of this story, I might find someone who will hear what I have to say. Problem is, we are seeking these people out by a means that doesn't quite make sense, and that pulls some attention. You'll see. See, with this, we are sending out some attention and making people come to us. So that's not exactly that big a deal compared to there, but this is proof we're doing something a little funky, and let's say that kind of draws attention we don't want. Much more than just mere mystique. Oh, there's a sickness. Oh, notoriety. That's going to be a scary time coming up for us, folks. Okay, we've got another glimmering. We got enough time. I'm going to go ahead and train up another one. Because I know what's about to happen soon. Oh, mirror hanger-on. That was not worth it. So yes, with that, we have gotten some notoriety. And another hanger-on. One of the... not worth. Especially since we have a problem coming up our way. But you know what? I think it might be important to show you what happens with that. After all, we haven't had any big deals happening with them so far, right? What's the big deal? Alright, and that glimmering lesson learned? Demoted to a glimmering. Not a big deal. We'll go ahead and pay for some medicine. And... back over here. And you know what? Let's go ahead and buy another book. We're not that... We may not be drowning in money, but we're not drowning in debt either. Alright, we got all the glimmerings I think we'll need. Question is... Will this lesson learned... Nope, it's not... That's gonna go away too. Alright, that's fine. It's gonna be an issue, but that's fine. We'll work with it. Next follower. Pope Clifton. A bellowing and unorthodox Catholic with a mystic streak and an untrimmed beard. We'll go ahead and put him in the lineup. Ah, the 6 letters on necessity. Warnings and confessions about the cost of the invisible arts. Addressed to a student by the 17th century magus and reputed immortal Julian Cossoli. That sounds like a name I'm going to want to remember. Uh-oh. I just realized we've got a bad day coming up. Okay, we're going to have some issues coming up here real soon. Oh, we are going to have a lot of issues starting to come in here. That's a lot of issues starting to come up here. And they got some evidence on us. So, my mistake has attracted this hunter's attention. They can prove nothing yet, but they'll keep looking for longer now. So what essentially happens with the Mystique is if they get some of that, the time frame they're going to be looking for these clues, it expands by quite a bit. And once they find one of these, well, we may see what happens. It's never 100% if this notoriety is going to make something happen, unless of something else happens. There's a lot of unlesses in this game. Alright, we got another lesson learned. Eesh. Let's go ahead and train another one. Maybe that'll be enough. It's gonna be a little bit of a hectic motion coming up now. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and use that, because we've got problems coming up. Eesh. Yeesh, yeah, we got a lot of problems coming our way now. Let's go ahead and use this to turn a scrap going on. Okay! We now have 2 dreads. If we get a 3rd, things are gonna get bad. Despair pads close at my heels. The world is leached of light. We have got to get some more contentment, and thankfully we got some. Problem is... Okay, good. It will outlast this one. Another thing to notice is if you have contentment that has less time on the clock of this, it's gonna burn away before it has a chance it's gonna pull it again. It's a very mean system at times. Oh, goody! The wary detective has made some evidence against us. This is the cost of notoriety, folks. A hunter has found evidence, real or imagined, of my sins. We need to be very careful now, because with a bit more notoriety, that's gonna become very dangerous. More dangerous than it already is. But thankfully, with the wary detective, it's not that big a deal. It's a big deal, but it could be worse of a deal. It's getting us closer to a line we don't want to touch. Let's just say that. We're on a line right now. But this is the worst line to be on right now. The dread of despair is bad. You don't want to be on that line. And we should have enough time to make all these glimmerings into another skill and get us the victory we want there. Just in case, I'm going to go ahead and make another one of these, so that way we can fight this other dread. Oh, that's right! We need a contentment for each of these. That's the only way to make these go away, is get contentment to counter them off. Once they are in that slot, that's the only way to counter them. So you want to deal with them as soon as you can and nip them in the bud. Or else they'll nip you in the bud. And lucky us, we timed that just right. Painter and Hero Limited. It's been abandoned since the explosion when both the owners died. The machine stands silent. The building is a collapsing shell. Mr. Cater was known to display peculiar trinkets in his office. Perhaps some yet remain. This is a very unique place. For you see, this place actually shows up in the Book of Hours. But why? Apparently it's been destroyed. Don't ask so many questions. Apparently also you can use these for some things as well. I'm not too sure exactly how they work, but let's give it a try. My thoughts will wander and I will follow. All the emotions will come to roost. There we go. That's another lesson learned. Let's take these glimmerings, turn that into another lesson learned. That'll make us 3, and then we'll upgrade our skill. We want to leave this open for now, I think. This is very darn close. That was extremely close. Thankfully, we have just barely enough time. Oh, no. So, yeah, sometimes that can happen as well. Want to watch what you're doing on the streets. Thankfully, it should pull this before that. I think that's... At least I hope. I hope it pulls... I really hope it pulls contentment before it pulls dread. Oh no, I forgot. It does a thing. Never mind! We just made a very bad mistake. We are in a bad way right now. Okay, okay. We are in a bad spot now. Oh no, and that is desire. Okay. Now we need to think. We need to think. Okay. Now we're back at square one. Okay, let's go ahead and do this really quick. We're going to need to do some things. We'll get that plate running. Oh dear. We're in a bad way, folks. We're in a bad way. We're out of money. We got another recklessness that's going to be coming up. Okay, that's going to help against that. This could be either good or bad. I'm not too sure. We will find out in 20 seconds. Oh, where go? There is a way to deal with recklessness directly. Oh, glimmering. Where were you with that earlier? Alright, well, we're going to go back to where that was, unfortunately. And yay, we have another passion. Okay, since I don't think we need to worry too much about if anything that results from that, we're going to go ahead and keep doing that. Alright, recklessness. Do we want... Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you what happens. Now, art or bread. I can employ passion to do the best work I can, or if I have reputation, I can pay something to win attention. Thankfully, we don't exactly have anything we need to worry about, so we'll go ahead and use our passion to work with this. And for some inspiration, we can use influence and memories and aspects and many things. What is this? It's an influence of memory. We can use it, and it spends it. It saves us from it, so it does not end up turning into a dread. We will end up seeing what happens with that. But it's not exactly the best money generator, so you don't exactly do that much, and it's going to make a lot of mystique. And let's do some paint. Why not? Hopefully with all the passion we're spending in towards it, it'll give us some money, though. And then we'll get right back to work, boss, I promise. Oh, boy. Well, I guess it's a good time to start learning reason, then. Utter focus. All that I am is here. Nice. Oh, great. We're sick as well. This is getting insane. Okay, here we go. Oh, great. That's probably going to turn into more dread. Oh, jeez, Lord. Okay, we got only one fund. We got a bunch of mysticism. Not good. Glimmering. That would be great if we're still working on that, but we're not right now. Oops. We got our passions. They're exhausted and tired. We'll go ahead and put them back on the line. And a fascination. Oh, dear God, that is bad. Okay, it's probably going to go away, but yes, this is something that can go away. But you know what? Actually, this could be handy, because the antidote of fascination is dread. So this is actually not that bad. If we end up getting another dread... Oh dear, what's the timing on this? Okay, I'm going to spend this to buy another contentment, and we need to get our job back, unfortunate. Oh dear, that's bad. Okay, fine, we'll get to work this way. Because we're gonna need money. And actually that might come in handy for getting a vitality to spend so we can save money. But yeah, we need a contentment from this. Things are getting very tense. Because unfortunately, this doesn't pull Fascination to cure Dread. We can only use contentment to counter it. But if it was any Dread outside, we could be able to put this Fascination into the Dream and use Dread to cancel each other out. Which is pretty good. It is very difficult to lose by triple Dreads. Thank God. Okay, Dread is no longer a threat right now. At least not directly now. Oh, dear Lord. Okay, we got a lot going on here. Okay, that's up. We have no more money. But that's fine. That's fine. We're going to use the Vitality we just got to help pay us up. Vitality will be our next money. Time to get our job back if we can in about a few seconds, because we have to persuade to get back into our job. Oh, dear Lord. Oh, look. An acquaintance? I could not muster the passion. Oh, right. It was going to try to either pull a passion or a reason from us. We didn't have that, so we failed, and we just got Mystique out of it. Thankfully, Mystique is not a big deal anymore. We're fine. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. We just have to be very careful what we're doing with our money now. Okay. Now we gotta get to work. Now is the part where we have to slow things down a bit. But we gotta really start earning some bank right now. So we're gonna focus on making money. Problem is, that's gonna cost us quite a bit, I think. Oh dear. Okay, we're gonna keep doing this then. Okay, once that spends out... We'll use the Dread, and that No, we'll use the Fascination, then the Dread. They'll cancel those each other out. Oh, dear Lord. Okay, we've been moving too fast. That's our problem. We've been moving a little too fast. Oh, thank goodness. We got a Season of Silence to slow things down just a smidge. I don't care about the Glimmerings right now. You know what? We can use this Furtive Truth to go ahead and make another location. Oh, lovely. Some vitality. We would have nice to have that a moment ago. Okay. Now, there is a little cheat to save time. When a card is in one of these, the clock stands still. So if we're trying to wait for this to come undone, we can wait a little bit. And now we can go. Because now the clock will kind of go for its normal time, and the reason will come back for us. Oh, actually, we're going to want to train on that now, because we're going to have the 3. It's going to come in handy to get the next level of reason now. Okay, yeah, now we're in trouble. Then we'll train on a reason, and then we'll be fine. And we'll go ahead and try to find another person. I think we'll be okay. Oh, hello. Gware Inn. On a crumbling cliff above a gray sea, the Gware Inn squats, until the day the sea comes for it. It receives few guests, fewer since the owner closed his notorious library to visiting scholars. That's another location we could get a hold of. Yeah, so we want to gather up all these locations, because they're going to come in handy later. Right now, we're just trying to get smarter, get stronger, and get a little crazier, as it were. Okay, we got a Dread season coming up. It's going to get a little tense, but I think we'll be fine. Let's focus on the money for a little bit. Let's go ahead, actually, and since we got plenty of passion, we can use that, and maybe we might get lucky and find some contentment in it. Money, money, money. Money, money, money. That's what we needed. Okay, we had passion. We're gonna get another follower. And that'll drop out soon, and then we'll be able to use this skill. There that is. Okay. Oh, we are lucky. We're having Ardor season coming up. And we'll get another lesson. That'll give us another reason. Great. Not doing too bad. We got more people on our cult. Well, more of our cult address book, more so than our cult followers. We got a few more books. I don't want the peculiar rumor. I'd rather take a will. Oh boy. That might turn good or bad. We'll see. The money. Alright. Neville! Neville pauses before he speaks and flinches easily. He laughs whenever he thinks you've made a joke. I didn't. Alright, let's see if we can get another. Let's see. Oh, we have this season coming up, and with that, we'll be able to get rid of that with pure contentment. We just have to be careful about generating anything else we don't want. There we go. Just in time. Just in time. Oops. It's always a little scary when that comes up. Now, to level up a little more. Wonderful. Now, if we wanted to speed things up a little, we could end up using these books to just get a lesson, but better to do that last, in my opinion. I like to... Some people, I don't know why, like to start off with these in their training progress. I prefer to end it. And then you can sell the books to the auction house when you're done. Alright, so that's going to be a fascination time. Let's go ahead and take another dip and see if we can't get any more cult scraps. Yay! Next, we're going to go to level 3. We may use a book to finish that out. We'll see. Another acquaintance, Leo. Leo is an earnest sort with an interest in the occult. He hangs on your hints about the invisible arts. Very nice. As you can see, we're getting a very nice little selection of candidates for our place. Let's keep it up. Okay. Vitality, not that bad. Alright, we're doing just fine. We're just fine. Ooh! That should turn to a free erudition for us. That'll speed things up a little. Perfect. Now we just can't stop. Delightful. I've not yet figured out exactly what makes these things happen. When they do, then we might get lucky. Sometimes not. Yay. Erudition! Yay. Alright, nice. That'll give us a nice head start. Oh! And I don't know... I just realized the evidence that the detective had on us is burnt out. It is only around for a limited time. Alright. 3 eruditions. We can make another. Might as well use... Whenever you got time on that clock, might as well make use of it as best you can. Oh, an occult scrap. We'll go ahead and immediately use it to search. I always found it interesting that you're basically finding these places by dreaming about them. We're going to need more of this table space very soon. We have another one. Falciani. Falciani has a Valtiani has operated her establishment for almost 20 years. She has never employed an assistant, and her hands are terribly strong. Nice. Well, we're gonna leave that open then. Ooh, I think we'll have just enough time with the vitality to be able to use that instead of a coinage. That'd be nice. Alright, now we will take these two and turn them in. The Congregation of St. Felix of Skyrien, a nonconformist enclave of a heterodox sect of a Calvinist offshoot, tucked away in an odd corner of the city. They belt out hymns with unsuitable gusto, and in a throat-scraping language that is very much not quite Latin. Fascinating place. Fascinating. That's 5 places we found with the basic occult scraps. I wonder if we'll find any more. We're gonna need a bit more money before we go shopping again. Why not? We'll go ahead and go hunting for people again. Now. Stop! And vitality. What a lucky pull that was, then. And then we'll get another contentment coming up soon. I wish we could use contentment for a little extra something. I'm also going to go for a walk. See what happens. Alright, we got another lesson. We're going to have to use them both, unfortunately, because that'll die out. Now, we could use a book to finish it off, but you know what? Nah, I'm not going to use that. We got plenty of time. I might have found somewhere unusual. Now, streets strange by moonlight. Sometimes the light of the moon is a key to other places. I found a place where, for a night or two, the streets curve in unfamiliar ways. If I walk here, I might find insight, or I might be touched by madness. I'm not entirely certain everything this can give you, but it is essentially another set of deck of cards of influences and things that can happen, including dread. So let's go ahead and test it out. Streets are strange in the hour called Menascate. No idea what that means. We'll find that out. Attention! Ooh, they pulled my reason this time. That's fine. Ooh, we have fascination. Good thing we pulled that just a little late. Why not? We'll go for another walk. There's another place we can go to that I've not figured out what we can do it with. What do we do with contentment? Nothing really. But it is an influence, so we could use it for something later on. Okay. Another lesson. It'll be fine. Oh, here we go. The acquaintances Club. A cabaret with an occult reputation. Now, another special thing about this game is that with the way things are spelled, everybody has a different form of pronunciation for a lot of these places, so try your best wherever you can. I'm going to go ahead and put these 3 over here because they're kind of important for the locations. I don't think there's any other locations that you can personally visit like these 3. This is a very interesting place. It has a very unique set of cards within it. Or, well, it's a bit of another deck of cards you can be able to use to either get dread, fascination, contentment, influences, all kinds of random things that can end up happening in here. So be careful with that. And have fun. And, of course, you have to pay to get in. You can actually speak to the bottom of this place as well. Ah, we have another patron! Dr. Ibn Aladim. Dr. Ibn Aladim, called the Alpine, has an interest in overlooked history. He could use your assistance. He is another patron, another tutor, and he can teach us Aramaic. It's a very difficult language to learn on your own, I've come to find. Let's go ahead and see if he wants anything done for us. Uh-oh, oh no. Well, that's honestly not that bad because we get dread like all over the place. As soon as I say, oh, this doesn't happen very often, of course it happens. And not only that, it's the hardest version. He wants a commission on the secret histories. Very substantial. So I need a level 6 lore in order to pull that off. We don't got anywhere close to that. We could be able to make it at some point, but we're making locations right now. I'm going to go ahead and go back in here, into the Mansis, to see what else we can get. And we'll also try and get one more person. I think we're going to run out of time on one of these, which is still fine. We'll be able to make it work still, I'm sure. Yeah, it'll just require just an extra little bit of training. But it'll be fine. It'll be fine. And honestly, this is fine. We're not going to be focusing on that very often. And now we are about to get a lot of problems here. Another one? Oh my goodness, so random. Oh, we're going to get another erudition. That actually saves a lot of time for us, actually. That might save a lot of problems. Actually, I think we'll be fine either way. Yeah, we're going to be fine anyways. We'll make the lesson happen. Okay. Now, once this degrades into a dread, the only thing that you can use to get rid of fascination is dread or fleeting reminiscence. Both of which are pretty darn common, so it's very difficult to get the fascination. Except for later in the game. Okay, we got enough money. I think I'm good for another bit of time there. You're a little late there, buddy. I'll go ahead and throw you up there. Actually, what I can go ahead and do is put these underneath the people who wanted them. That way I don't forget. It'll save a little time later on. And then we get a hold of... Gartsight's Sanskrit Reader, a lucid book with outlines of careful path through the thickets of a vast complex language. That'll teach us to read Sanskrit. That's a good one. And we get another hanger-on. Who cares? Alrighty. We got ourselves our third lesson. Skill, skill, and boom. Level 3, here we come. Very, very nice. I think we've had a pretty good... we've had some ups and downs this round, but you know what? We've done the main objective that we had for today. We got our skills to a good, nice level up. We got a bit more followers along the way. We've done quite a bit. We got a few more books. We got a bit more dollars. We got a few more places. We've done quite a bit, I'd say. Uh-oh. And we're gonna have a dread day coming up soon, so let's go ahead and just get some more opium, I think. And there we go. We have now got our primary abilities all up to level 3. I think that this is a fair place to take our next break. We'll go ahead and finish this last little visit here. Get rid of you. And I think this is a good place to take our next pause. I want to thank you very much for joining me through this episode of Cultist Simulator. We've got a lot to build on, still to go, but we've gotten a lot done, but still so very much to go. We have one more of each of these places that we can be able to level up to, which we are able to do that, and I think we might do that next time. We have a lot more people to gather up, and we have to actually convert them into our cult. We've still got books in Moorland's shop that we can gather up, so we want to keep going for that. We actually got things in the auction house we might be touching upon soon. And we might actually start reading some of these books. In fact, you know what? Next time, we will start reading some of these books. We'll focus on the last bit of our abilities a little bit later. But I think we need to start building up our power. Power is powerful after all. Thank you very much for joining me here. I hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like if you enjoyed. If you have anything you'd like to comment by, please leave any comments. And please do subscribe to help build my community and follow along more in the future. Live life to the max. I'm out.